Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Artur Zaborski. I am a Polish film journalist and I have a great pleasure to host Q&A session with the filmmakers behind Born Happy. Hello, guys.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, so my first question is about the fact that the story is rooted in reality, as far as I know, that actually there was a guy that you that you did base your story on, yeah?
Yes, that's true. So yeah, it's we knew about this guy. It's he has of Latvian origin. He's born in Latvia, but in 1940s he traveled to Venezuela, and he was a cartographer, explorer, and he started living there in the Venezuelan jungle. And he was famous for for being the first person who climbed up the highest the mountain from which the highest waterfall in the world falls down. So that was what we knew about him earlier.
There is a lot of documentaries in the 80s and the 90s, but always these stories about him, just about him, about his adventures and so on. And there is a lot legends around him about the treasures which he probably found. And and just a few years ago, we somehow realized that he lives there with family. And that fact changed for us completely the angle, how we see him. And yeah, we immediately start thinking about, okay, how that family there feels. And there's two kids, and youngest, the boy, he born there, literally in the jungle. And yeah, we thought that was very interesting kind of topic and place where we can start thinking about film.
But did you contact him or his family? Does anybody know from his relatives that actually you are making this story, and do they participate anyhow in it?
So no, because he has died in the 1990s already. His family is still living in United States, and there are reasons why we haven't contacted them yet, but we are thinking about it because we wanted to first be clear about our story, about how we interpret what happened there, because we are influenced from this real fact. But it's our version of what's happening there, and it's so influenced from other things around that time, what happened there, that you know, it's not anymore like
yeah, and this is also for quite young. Yeah, this is also for quite young audience, and for that age, 5 to 8, 9, it's not so important to be very precise, like in the factual level. And that's why we want to feel free with that material, and then we'll see. Yeah.
Sure, but you mentioned that this is for the young audience, but when we think about the jungle, we often think about very dangerous things that actually are connected with it, like wild animals and etc. So how to combine it, how to connect young audience with that kind of elements?
We see the jungle as very, very attractive environment, and also it's very colorful. And the visuality of the film is a little bit inspired by paintings of Henri Rousseau, which are very, very rich in the texture and details. And we thought there should be a little bit feeling of dangerous, or at least possibilities of something dangerous. But in general, that film, the intonation of the film, it's more like comedy.
Simone, you wanted to add something? Sabine, you wanted to add something?
Yeah, about the comedy mood of the story, that we feel that there is a lot of potential for comic situations. In the center of the story are these two children, and they are quite different. The little boy is almost like born in the jungle. The girl comes from the city. She has already gone to school in Caracas, and and she feels different in this jungle. And so these two characters that are very different, and how they feel about the jungle, how they react to the jungle, and how they react to each other. I think there's a lot of potential for comic situations, and so the general mood will be light and funny, but also some danger will be there in place, so that it's intriguing and moves story forward. Yeah.
Gotcha. But this clash between city girl and the jungle, this clash between like civilization and nature, city and wildlife, and etc. It seems also be like the really important message to be open, to discover, to not be closed only for what you know, but let other people to surprise you, let the other people to discover something for you. So I believe that this is also some kind of educational aspect from your project.
Yes, yes, of course. Let's say the type of the relationship between these two kids, they represent something bigger. Of course, it's she came to the jungle and she feel a little bit, let's say, arrogant. She feel that she is bigger, she know better, and so on. But actually, it's not complete true. There is some kind of knowledge in the nature as well, and that's what she learned during the film.
Gotcha. And guys, actually, what is the stage of the project at that moment, and who are you looking for during Kids Kino Industry? What kind of partners are you interested in?
So we are in development and going slowly in pre-production. We are finalizing our script and we'll start the storyboarding soon. And we have two co-production partners already that have confirmed their interest and wish to co-produce. One studio is Letko, which is based in Warsaw, and we have a very nice co-production experience with them on our previous film, Jacob, Mimi and the Talking Dogs. So we are really happy to continue the collaboration. And then there is another studio, Pico Color, which is based in Spain and Finland, that will join us on this production. But what we are looking for is more financing, distributors, and sales. Yeah, that is our goal at the Kids Kino Industry.
Gotcha. Because it will be animated film, totally animated. What kind of techniques do you use in here?
Sorry.
What kind of animation?
As I mentioned, the backgrounds or environment of the film, it's similar as in like naive paintings, and with very rich texture and a lot of details. And for that technique, the cutout is a very good solution, and it will be a combination of the cutout and classical 2D animation. The characters will be more like in classical. Yeah, but it's the aim of the film style. It's like very high level children book illustration.
Gotcha. So that sounds really nice and really good, but I am curious, when you think about that kind of young audience, it's obvious that the children, they will go to the cinema with their parents. It's rather impossible that they will be left alone in there. So do you also like try to combine it somehow? Do you also like trying to find something interested for the parents as well?
Yeah, we already talked about that these two story levels, they kind of mirroring. We told the story about the kids, but in the same time, this is the bigger story. And I thought that would be interesting for parents as well.
Gotcha. Like for me, I think that it's really important to talk about that kind of environment, so like jungle, like wildlife, like the nature, especially today during the time that we have this ongoing discussion about climate crisis, about all of this stuff that we discuss globally. So returning to this wildlife elements seems to be also like the really important message sending today to the whole world.
Yeah. So we are thinking that that one of the subjects is like about keeping secrets. That that not something that a lot of discoveries, also not from the nature and from in have led to colonization, to tourism, to destroyance even, and so it's really important to be responsible for where you go and what you do, how you treat other nations, other people, and nature. And sometimes it's maybe better to keep something secret, so to save it from outside influence and destruance. But so it's that is one of the subjects that we will see how we will put it in the story so that it gives the message.
Gotcha. It also seems to be very important in terms of the fact that the new animation and the new generation of the kids, mostly they watch the animation in the world that is completely created, that is like the world created by the computers and everything, and the action is set like in the space or in the parallel worlds or in the future and etc. But I believe that returning to the real earth elements like the jungle, it's also like the reminder for these kids, like the reminder for these people that, hey, real life is here, not in these created elements.
Yeah, for us, also in the previous film, for us, it's very important to keep this connection with reality. Okay, the animation is full of the fantasy and possibilities, but still for us it's very important to keep connection with the real life emotionally, and also you should recognize yourself in these situations and understand where we are.
So let's stay connected with the earth, let's stay connected to our planet, and let's stay connected with the good animations. Thank you so much, guys, for finding the time for this conversation. And I'm keeping my fingers crossed for your project during Kids Kino Industry.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.